I feel like I need to give you these things so you can get golf balls. I'm serious.
Get out of here. Stop.
Okay, you're gonna get some golf balls that say Augusta National on it. I'm serious.
Fishing for golf balls in Race Creek. There's nowhere in the entire world of golf that $100 goes further than right here. We're in Augusta, Georgia, home of the Masters tournament, and we are finding the most exciting way to spend $100. The real deal.
That's a real deal.
There you go.
Yeah.
We put you in Lake Homestead right here.
Look at this. Best souvenir in all of Augusta, Georgia, right here. Mr. Jeff Darlington, we are picking out some Masters food items.
I feel bad, first of all, because I know we're on a budget, and
you ran me up a little bit here, I'll be honest.
I doubled the cost. Because of some hack I saw somewhere that if you get the barbecue sandwich and then you do the pimento cheese, but you just take the bread off and then you slap on the pimento cheese on top of the pulled pork, and
you've got a little concoction here.
My first job was Shake Shack. I didn't tell you that, but so let's give it a shot. That's nice.
Okay, wow, it's actually really good.
Yeah, it's actually great.
My gosh, you actually got a chocolate milk as it.
I'm sorry, did you think I was joking?
I did think you were joking at the time. Obviously, your golf career took a bit of a crazy Mario Kart rainbow stripe last year at the PGA Championship. I'm glad to say for the record that we are on this side of the camera, that you are not videoing me.
I still have people tell me all the time, like, I'll never forget that morning and waking up. And these are complete strangers or very close friends or professional golfers. They're like, I'll never forget waking up and seeing that and being like, this can't be real. I witnessed it from beginning to end. The moment it started to the moment that the patrol car drove away. So I had every bit of context. When you're sitting there in this moment, it's really hard in your head to break down who is right, who is wrong. Does it matter? It's my job to just be a witness in this situation, but at the same time, is it also my job to like say something? You know, I have a lot of friends who are like, you should have gotten arrested with him. Guys, never until the guy came up to me after with his pad out and said, so, and who was it that we just arrested? That I looked at him, I go, that was Scotty Scheffler.
So with my remaining $85 or whatever it'll wind up being $75, how should I spend it? Is there like a merch item that you love? Is there something, are your buddies texting you for something along the way? Like,
Very funny story, I once paid $20 for a tube of chapstick at the Masters. My lips were so chapped. I'm talking like chapped. I saw in a woman's purse in front of me a tube of chapstick sort of hanging out. And I was like, man, I'll give you $20 for it.
You are not the guy I want to speak to about frugality and
Dude, I would have paid $300 for that chapstick. I would have licked that chapstick off the ground.
We don't have $300
to spend. I'm sorry.
So we're gonna go to an antique store in a bit, which has some like retro merchandise.
Anywhere in Augusta?
Anywhere in Augusta.
Oh.
What's a good way to spend $20?
On beer. Just 20 draft beers and a tube of chapstick.
Easy to spend $100 in the Masters merchandise tent, but if you're smart, if you're savvy, if you know what you're doing, you show up places like here. It's Trends and Traditions. It's an antique store in town, just a half mile from the golf course, and there are loads of good deals inside.
Here's a really cool piece. This is an old scorecard par 3 of the Augusta golf course that was on Washington Road, in the 50s. So this is a real picture of Arnold Palmer signed, but it's cool to see the stats where he was at. So it's kind of a time capsule. You know, this one is our early caddy hat, and then we have more autographs, more badges.
Give myself $100 and I need to spend it across many places, so I probably have like $20 that I can spend here. Is there like an item for $20 or less that you think is like gotta have?
Okay, you know, when I was a kid and I got a nickel for an ice cream, I was the coolest thing in the world. I was 70s, 1970s.
That is the essence of this. We're trying to get the ice cream for a nickel in 2025.
These are pretty affordable. These are pins. So like if you want to say, hey, I was here in 2025, you get a 2025 pin. But then again, if you're like, hey, my daughter was born in 2007 and you want a 2007, we probably have it. So,
all right, 2022. That's when my family was here.
that's a 2022 pin.
2022. All right, we got a winner.
But we're gonna hook up even more because we come over here real quick. So you can't get these unless you play out there, and of course none of us are high cotton like that. I'm gonna give you a scorecard to go with it. So take that with you, and that way you do.
The real deal.
That's the real deal.
There you go.
Yeah, you do that. Just take it up to the counter. Tell you it's 20 with tax. So,
20 with tax.
Yeah.
All right.
So that will fit you, but that fits your budget.
I think it's gonna work. I think it's gonna work. Awesome. Thanks so much.
No worries.
$3.30 is your change
Amazing.
and your receipt.
All right, I'm gonna need every cent I can get here.
Yeah, you
Thank
will.
you guys. I went to the 2022 Masters with my dad. It was an incredibly special memory. We realized after we won, we didn't get anything with the year on it, so now we got it. Down to $65, but I've got a souvenir and I've had a good meal. I'm feeling like I can accomplish anything. I am in great spirits right now.
So we're up here.
All right.
Drive on back down there, or put in here, but it'd take you too long. Yeah, you would be killing me.
5.3 mile trip.
Yeah,
my arms will be falling off by the end of the night.
Who the hell cares about Race Creek? We'd put you in Lake Homestead right here. You'd paddle across, and you'd go up as far as you can. It's really high right now. You could actually go through the country club. Yeah, I mean, watch your head. But if we're going to do this, we need to probably do it pretty quick.
Participant release of liability and assumption of risk. I find it's better not to consume these things in my experience. So I'm just gonna sign it. Hope for the best.
I feel like I need to give you these things so you can get golf balls. I'm serious.
Get out of here. Stop.
Here, get one of these things.
Okay, you're gonna get some golf balls that say Augusta National on it. I'm serious.
Generally, when I'm boating, I prefer my boats have motors on them. But my coworker, Michael Bamberger, often tells people I look like a rower. So I guess now would be a good time for me to live into that stereotype. We are entering into Race Creek officially. I can see it straight ahead. Do you hear the roar? No way. The putts are breaking this way, baby. Fishing for golf balls in Race Creek. Straight through these trees right here is the promised land. Amen corner at Augusta National. The 12th green is like probably a pitching wedge from us right now. I can't believe we made it here, but the current is getting intense. So we're not going to push our luck, but it's pretty epic to be this close. We're literally a pitching wedge away from the most famous par 3 in all of golf. It's crazy to think about how many careers, like real lives, have been won and lost in this lazy little river that we're wandering through today. It's just incredible to be out here. It's actually probably the single most famous body of water in golf that we're in right now. And it's just a lazy little stream running into a lake somewhere in eastern Georgia. Not too bad. Oh man, I think I found something. Look at this. Augusta National logo. Look at this. This is insane. Best souvenir in all of Augusta, Georgia, right here. Just a little flash of white in the water, just hanging out there. But I was not expecting to see that on it. Incredible. So you have $20 left? $20 at Rhinehart. I was told to get 20 beers yesterday by someone.
Coldest beer and the best wings ever.
All right.
All right, you guys
I could
enjoy
do that.
yourself. It was a pleasure meeting y'all.
Everybody who comes to Augusta, Georgia should rent a kayak. That is like a one-of-one experience. That was awesome. All right. This is the thing about Augusta. You never really know what you're going to find around the corner. You know, the golf course is amazing. The tournament is incredible, historic, but it's the town and the way the town welcomes the golf course and the golf tournament every year that really make this tournament. And yeah, spend a little bit of time in the water, you might come out with a prize. All right, so I had to change because I was soaking wet after my journey down Race Creek. I guess I'm not a very effective kayaker, but we made it back to the media center where I needed to purchase something for my parents. It is the 89th Masters Journal right here. It's 10 bucks. It's probably the coolest program in sports. It's like a massive glossy magazine. But the reason why I needed to purchase this for my parents is because in the middle of it is a little 5-page feature about the Champions Dinner from yours truly. I was contacted by the Masters last year to write this story. I love the Champions Dinner. I've written about it a ton. It's like the coolest tradition of Masters Week, in my opinion. And they wanted me to write about it. So I got to spend a few weeks interviewing Masters champs, talking about food. It was a dream, and the story is now live on masters.com. So yeah, this is the one time in my life I get to plug anywhere other than Golf.com, and I'm gonna do it proudly because I bought this at the Masters. Mom and Dad, I hope you're proud.
All right, folks, here is all that remains from our glorious day in Augusta, Georgia. $26. We're here at Rhinehart's, one of the best bar food joints in town. The beer is insanely cheap, especially for someone like me who lives in New York. I'm like, literally my head's gonna explode looking at it. Let's find a good way to spend this, but let's also try and leave some money left over so I can leave a tip behind. I don't want to stiff anyone in the process of making this video. God, I love Augusta, Georgia. 8 chicken wings, $12. This beer right here, $2.99. It's a special for this evening.
Duke it out for. I'm taking the
Bottoms up. I'm gonna have plenty, but I'm leaving a hefty tip behind here. $100, dusted.